after over 25 years in the game, man, you got over a dozen albums. I mean, what do you feel like, or how do you feel like the game has changed?
Raider Nation, it's your boy, Angry Fucking Raider, and welcome to the Angry Raider Show. I'm your host, Angry Fucking Raider. I did a blog yesterday, and obviously you couldn't hear anything. One of my subscribers told me that he couldn't hear nothing. I went back, looked at the tape, looked at the footage. I could hear, but if he couldn't hear, then I'm pretty sure a lot of other people couldn't hear just because I could hear on my end. So what I did was I went back and tried to adjust the volume on the video. I don't have all that fancy equipment shit. Just basically running off some bullshit over here. It sounded good on my end, but I just decided to scrap the video and remake the video today, which is about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, something like that. So hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully, so you might have a little echo because I'm in the garage, because I smoke in the garage. I don't smoke in my house. So, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you can hear. But pretty much just basically was just touching on a few things. I told you if it was some news come out of Oakland, I would report it. Excuse me. I know y'all probably heard a lot of the news that I'm going to rebuttal. So, you know what I'm saying, bear with me, but, you know, this is what we do over here. I'm just a little later than others, you know what I mean? But I like to sit back and see if anything else come down the line, because, you know, I don't like to make a lot of blogs, you know what I mean? Kind of maybe 1 or 2 a week, something like that. I might get into making more blogs, but we'll see. In the event, we're 3-2. We're going into the bye, over 500, second in the division with the Kansas City loss. We don't play this week. Of course, you know, we're on the bye, of course. Me personally, the bye was good and it was bad to me. I felt like we needed a bye due to injury, due to try to regroup and, you know, assess certain shit and see what we can do before the deadline comes if we chose to make a trade or whatever, which we did, but we'll get into that. I feel like the negative on the bye was we had a lot of momentum coming off a 2-game winning streak. I felt like we could go into Green Bay with that momentum, which we still can. It's just, you know, you take a break, you kind of set back, you kind of let your body recharge, which is, like I said, is a good thing. I just felt like, you know, I wish the bye was after Green Bay, you know what I'm saying? But because the trip is shorter from Oakland to Houston, if I ain't mistaken. I took that trip. I want to say it's shorter than flying all the way from Oakland to Green Bay. But anyways, that was my reasoning behind. I didn't really want to buy right now, but I understand it, and that's what it was put on our schedule to be. And, you know, gives us a chance to, like I said, to recover, you know, recoup, get your body charged up, think about certain moves that you're going to make. You know what I'm saying, if there's any more to make. So yeah, that's that with the bye. As far as the Richie Incognito shit, I thought that Richie Incognito, I said in my last blog when we won the recap. If you ain't seen that, go check that out. Subscribe, and thanks for watching, of course. But anyways, I'm off topic, my bad. I thought he was gonna get some type of fine, some type of discipline for the little extra shit, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, he's an habitual offender of a lot of, you know, supposed quote-unquote dirty player in the league. And he didn't get anything, which is cool with me, you know what I'm saying? I know Richie Incognito, a lot of people probably don't like him due to the bullying incident he had, I think it was in Miami, and the racist shit too, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, man, it's a lot of motherfuckers that probably play on the football team right now, in the national football team, that probably don't care for minorities, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not just saying black people, I'm saying minorities in general. And it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? That's what they choose, that's who they are. Doesn't bother me none. As long as nobody come this way with that shit, I won't come your way. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, I'm cool with Richie Incognito being on our squad. I mean, if he is a racist, you know what I'm saying, the undercover races or whatever you want to call it. He damn sure on the wrong team and he with the wrong crowd, you know what I'm saying? So it's probably killing him every day if he is, you know, gun hole on that race shit, which I don't think he is. I think he just was brought up a certain way. You know, some people brought up a certain way where their thought process still regulates the message that they received when they were younger. You know what I mean? And as they got older, they start to see the message with some bullshit. But, you know, they still got that little, you know, that little shit still in them. You know what I mean? So that's what I feel about that. But I did definitely thought that he was going to get some type of punishment or some type of penalty. Vontaze Burfict, of course, you know, he's gone for the year. How I feel about that. M. Watts put it he broke it down in a good way, and I'm gonna piggyback off of that. Pretty much same shit. He said if you haven't seen his shit, you know, go check his videos out. If you know what I'm saying, you like good content, go check him out. You know what I'm saying. But he basically was just like, you know, it's just like catching a charge. You know what I'm saying. You constantly out here racking up charges and shit. You know what I'm saying? And the time that you didn't do nothing, but you was there, or you have a track record of being a fucking problem, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna just hold that shit against you. All that shit is gonna come back. You know what I mean? You are what you represent. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying people can't change, but understand whatever you've done in your past will walk with you through your future, bro. You know what I mean? It's gonna walk with you. You know what I'm saying? And I live by that. And when certain things happen in my life, just to get off topic a little bit, when certain things happen in my life, I understand, you know, my perspective is very deep on it because I know it's probably something I've done prior to this happening that resulted in whatever happened. You know what I'm saying? Good or bad. You feel what I'm saying? And, you know, like I always tell people, you are God. You know what I mean? You control good and evil in your life. Some shit you can't, some fluke shit, but for the most part, good and bad you control. You know what I mean? You control if you gonna walk this motherfucker a straight line and be, you know what I'm saying, a model citizen or a good representative of your name, your last name and your family, or you gonna be a dick and go out here and do a whole bunch of dumb shit, get tore off and be crying at the end, or even worse, you know what I mean? So I feel like, you know, to get back on the subject, kinda, I feel like, you know, whatever he done, whether it was get up off a player wrong, elbow a player, tackle a player too hard, whatever the case may be, I knew he was marked. You know what I mean? Just because of for him being, you know what I'm saying, a habitual offender. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. Do I think he dirty? I went back and looked at the footage. I mean, yeah, some plays was dirty as a bitch. Some plays was some bullshit. But he also caught a couple licks on his, you know, people headhunting him because, you know what I'm saying, they felt like he was a dirty player or whatever the case. And he caught his karma with that. He been suspended, lost plenty of bread, you know, a whole bunch of shit with Vontaze Burfict. But I think he did come to Oakland and change. I think he was on the right path. I think his adrenaline and his rush and his passion for the game, you know what I mean, just went too far, you know, again in the Indianapolis game after reviewing the tape. You know, some shit he could have pulled up on, you know, it was 2 hits that they basically bitching over. Football is football. I seen worse. The people that's on the board that's making these decisions have played football in critical positions and have been headhunters. You know what I mean? The people that are coming out with these TMZ blogs, I think you've seen Ed Reed and what's the nigga that played for San Diego? The outside line, I think it was outside linebacker defense. He was pretty good. He used to wreak havoc with us all the time. And I forget the motherfucking name. And Ed Reed, you know, he said that what would he say? Vontaze need to get mentally checked out and all this. Listen, man, you played with a murderer, motherfucker. You played with a murderer. You know what I'm saying? How could you even come out and say some wild shit like this when you played with a murderer and you was a headhunter and y'all motherfuckers was banging niggas up on that Baltimore defense, you know what I'm saying, all the time when the hits were, you know what I'm saying, warranted, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna say y'all were dirty players, you know, I'm not gonna say that, but you know what I mean, the hits were just the same, violent fucking hits, you know what I mean? So for somebody to kind of tell another motherfucker they need mental help and shit because they, you know, man, it's plenty, I'm pretty sure right now it's plenty dirty players on teams right now, they just don't get caught. We don't know what the fuck, you know what I'm saying, happens in them piles. We don't know, you know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure just the shit that you see, that's what you see. You don't see everything. But you know what I mean? You know, everybody has their opinion. I ain't gonna sit here and cry about it, but I just think it's some bullshit. And that's just my personal opinion. And I think the people that's commentating on the shit is be on some bullshit too. Because motherfucker, like I say, back in the day, you used to play with no face masks, motherfuckers tackling and cutting shit, Jack Tatum killing motherfuckers coming across the middle, man. Come on, man. I mean, Sean Taylor, Ronnie Lott, I mean, the Steve Atkins, nigga, the list goes, Ackwater, the list goes on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Bob Sanders, like, I can name a few monsters that come across, you know what I'm saying, that you come across that middle, they tear your ass up, you know what I'm saying? But the game has changed and understand that you're trying to protect people. I get it. But I also seen a blog on some shit that made sense to me. If you're trying to protect players' health, why we play on Thursday nights? You know what I mean? Think about it. You got a team that just come off a Sunday game and got to turn right around and play on Thursday. That's hard, man. That's your body ain't built to be running into shit, like I said last blog, you know what I'm saying? The shit ain't built for that. You can build it up to take or withstand certain impacts and shit like that. You do have equipment on, but just your overall body, my nigga, you know what I mean? Your lifespan is getting cut shorter and shorter, you know what I mean? And Thursday night games are very fucking ruthless, man. It's hard to, man, after a game on Sunday, I know after a game when I played in college and in high school, after a game on Friday night and after the game on Saturdays, it's Saturday morning, I was sore as a bitch in high school, you know what I'm saying? Because I played running back and strong safety. Fucking, in college, I played corner. And after the game, you know what I'm saying, I was fucking beat on Sunday morning. You know what I'm saying? My body was hurt. So imagine wrestling for one day and then getting up on Monday and going hard for 2 practices and then had to turn around on Thursday and play. So that's player safety issues to me. You know what I'm saying? If y'all motherfuckers want to harp on a bunch of bullshit, you know, harp on that. You know, somebody can go out that bitch and die. You know what I mean? If they body ain't up to it. You know what I mean? That hasn't happened, and it seems like some teams, you know, it seems like it's been okay for the most part, but I'm pretty sure players are complaining. We just don't hear about it. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're gonna do it, man, I feel like do it all the way. That's just my point. So we lose Vontaze Burfict for the year. Don't know if he'll come back next year. I feel like we'll draft a linebacker. Because Tahir Whitehead, you know what I mean? He's a good run stopper. I don't feel like he's real great in coverage. Morrow is straight, you know what I mean? He still makes a couple wrong reads, but he's solid. I would like to see Dakota Allen in there, see what he do, you know what I mean? Just to see what we got. Because, like, again, you know, if somebody was to get injured or hurt, you know what I mean, or some bullshit happens where they get ejected or whatever. Anything can happen to the Raiders. It just seems what's been the fucking memo on us. We don't know what we have after that. You know what I'm saying? And a couple bloggers have touched on this too, so I'm kind of just piggybacking off of them. So yeah, I would like to see what we have in the linebacker aspect. The defensive line, I think the starter should be Mad Max. Go ahead and keep Hankins in there. It's a toss-up between P.J. Hall and Hurts and Corey Legion. I don't know why they don't play him more. I kind of like his what he brings. You know what I mean? I kind of like that, but I don't know what that's about. And on the other defensive end, I mean, I would keep Mayo in. I don't like all the rotation. I feel like defensive line, you need your set group. And when they ready for a blow, they call or whatever the case may be, raise their hand, whatever the fuck they do. You know what I'm saying? To indicate they need a breather. You know what I mean? And that's when you rotate your other players. And I just feel like we should just keep a set group in so they can keep that rhythm going. You know what I mean? Getting a rhythm. You know, you constantly coming out. You can't really get in a rhythm. I understand it be certain downs and distance. That's how the defensive coordinator want to call shit. But I just feel like, man, just play who you got, man, and let them rock out. You know what I mean? And then rotate as needed. You know what I'm saying? Secondary, you know, it's not really too much you can do with that. It's pretty much cool the way it is. I mean, you could move some shit around if you wanted to fuck with shit, but I just feel like right now we don't really have a lot. You know, we still looking for that elite corner. We still kind of seeing what we got on the roster. So with that, I'll just leave that where it's at. Offensive side of the ball, I'm happy with the line. Hopefully we get Gabe Jackson back after the bye. That definitely will solidify the line and definitely, you know what I'm saying, put us over the top of the line. I think our line is straight. So I'm cool with the line. I'm cool with the running game. I'm cool with the fullback, Ingle, or I forget his name, Ingle. Dude out of Wisconsin, solid. I like him. Definitely was worth letting Keith Smith go to keep him. Josh Jacobs a beast. I said that when we drafted him, that he was going to be straight. You know what I mean? He's definitely showing up. Running game is solid. Passing game, we don't have no receivers. See a lot of people saying we should trade for certain receivers. Me personally, I'm going to piggyback off of M. Watts again. Me personally, I feel like the receiver core is straight. I feel like we do need to get Aikman more involved down in the red zone because he's a good red zone target. We just drafted for Zay Johnson, or Zay Jones. Excuse me if I'm butchering your name. We just drafted for him. We gave up a fifth for a second-round player. He was good his rookie year, if I'm not mistaken, in Buffalo. Then I think he was dealing with an injury his second year, and then this year I think he got buried in the depth chart because, you know, he got beat out by another rookie. You know what I'm saying? I know he's been through a lot of quarterbacks there, but, you know, he dealt with injuries. So we'll see what he do in Oakland. I feel good about it. I feel like he's solid. I looked at some tape on him and came out of, North Carolina or something. I think if they were the Pirates or something like that. So I think he'll be solid to help take some of the double coverage off of Williams. You know what I mean? Waller is definitely balling. Monroe's balling. I like our tight end setup. So I'm cool with the offense and how it's being ran. I think John Gruden kind of understand what he has, and he's kind of playing to that. So I'm cool with that. I was looking at a couple other blogs from the Chicago fan base. And, you know, it's funny to me, everybody always makes excuses why they lost. I mean, they acknowledge that they lost, but they make excuses or they find little shit. They saying that we cheated with the chop blocks and shit like that. A dude made a whole video about it. Man, listen, this is the Raiders, man. You wasn't supposed to lose, you lost. And it is what it is. This is how it is for us, whoever we play. You know what I mean? If we win, it's always some old bullshit of the Raiders cheated, X, Y to the Z, blah, 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 man. Listen, you lost, dog. Illegal block, no. Some blocks look a little suspect, but, I mean, what is it? My bad, I got a phone call from my wife, but I'm back. Excuse the, interruption. It's going to be a little break in the video. I was talking about illegal blocks. Like I said, some blocks look a little suspect, but some blocks look like, it was just was a bang bang play. You know what I mean? Me personally, I'm assuming a legal block is when a defensive lineman or offensive lineman engage with one another, and the other offensive lineman comes in and chops them. That's what I'm assuming a legal block is. But to me, some of the plays look like the defensive lineman engaged into the offensive lineman who was pulling to try to, fuck the pull up, and then the other lineman chopped him. Bang bang play. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You lost. You know what I mean? But anyways, we got a brutal stretch coming up. We got Green Bay, Tampa. We got Tampa. We got Green Bay. We got fucking Detroit. The Houston Texans, Detroit. Then I think we got San Diego Jets, Bengals, some shit like that. Now, my concern is the Jets and the Bengals. I know y'all asking me why. It's because we always seem to play to our competition, you know what I mean? When it comes to sorry teams, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been sorry. It seems like we just be sorrier, if that's a fucking word. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to them butt-ass teams that we should win, the games that we should win. The games that we shouldn't win, we find a way to win, which is crazy. But, if we can fucking be a little consistent in that area, go out and beat Green Bay, which I feel we are, and then, go on a little run, I think we'll set ourselves up. We're in the driver's seat, man. We're in the driver's seat right now. We can kind of set this shit up to get us, at least a wild card. You know what I mean? I wish the Raiders would go on a little run. It would be nice to see that. We haven't seen that in a long time. We're on a 2-game winning streak. I would like to keep that going. Why we can't be one of those teams that just fucking wins like 6, 7 in a row. Some crazy shit like that. You know what I mean? I seen Kansas City do it when they went, 0-5, and them bitches went like a 10-game run or some wild shit like that. So, and San Diego did it last year, the year before last, something like that. I just wish we could do that, and hopefully we can. So we'll see. But overall, man, I'm happy with the overall, results right now. Like I said, we're sitting at 500, second in the division. And, everybody looks like they contributed, and they playing hard, And I appreciate that. What else? I think that's pretty much it, man. Really ain't too much else to talk about that I know about, unless something happened today. It's Saturday, I doubt it, but unless some trade happened today or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We'll see. I think we should be looking into the linebackers, though. Definitely think we should look into that if we're going to do anything. I wouldn't give up no crazy pick for no linebacker, but I definitely would look into that and play the people that we got, you know what I'm saying? And see what we got, you know what I mean? And we're still rebuilding our team, so, nobody expects nothing from us. So this is your time to see what you have, so you can kind of set up your game plan going into the off season if we don't make the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? But right now we're looking pretty sharp, so we'll see. I just wanted to do a blog, man, share with y'all, my thoughts on certain things, and, just basically talk to y'all, have this Raider conversation like we always do. We ain't got no game this week, so kind of butthurt about that, but it is what it is. I might do a blog. I said it in a blog ago. I had one subscriber say that'll be pretty dope. So I still might do it if more people want to see. Just one person right now only said they'll be interested in that blog. Basically, I was going to do a blog just, showing my Raider apparel. I see a lot of bloggers doing it. So I was going to show my Raider apparel, what I had, and maybe show a couple of exclusive sneakers, you know what I'm saying? Because I am a sneaker dude. Maybe a couple exclusive hats, you know what I mean? If y'all into shit like that. Just for kicks and giggles, nothing special. Not trying to show off or nothing like that, but just, something to do. Different type of blog, still pertaining to Raiders, but with just a little extra shit in there. But I might do it. Just depends. If you want to see it, we'll chop it up and make it happen. If not, who cares? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, it's your boy, your fucking Raider. It's probably been about 20-something minute video. Like I said, this video is gonna loop, so it might cut off and cut back right back on. You know what I mean? But it might be a little glitch. Don't worry about it. like I said, I had an incoming call from my wife, so had to answer that. But anyways, man, y'all be safe out there. Enjoy y'all football Sundays, and I will see y'all next Sunday, if not before then, if some shit pops off. But until then, it's your boy, fucking Raider. You already know our slogan: Raiders, Raiders. Peace.
25 years in the game, man, you got over a dozen albums. I mean, what do you feel like, or how do you feel like the game has changed?